Welcome back, students. Let's continue with the chemical reactions and chemical equation. So in the last classes we have started the types of chemical reaction, in which two types we have discussed. Now next type of chemical reaction is displacement reaction. But before going with the displacement of chemical reaction, it is necessary to see one of the things which is related to the metals or the elements arrangement. Okay, it is known as reactivity series of metals or elements. As we are going to study about metals only, so therefore it is mentioned as reactivity series of metals. Okay, so what is this? The arrangement of metals or elements according to their reactiveness in an orderly manner is called reactivity series. Okay, this is known as reactivity series. So in reactivity series, the table is formed. Okay, the table is formed for different elements, and these elements are arranged from up to down. In column wise they are arranged out, and they shows the reactivity decreasing as we go down in the column. Okay, as we go down in this series, as we go down in series, okay, the reactivity will be decreasing. The reactivity of the metals will be decreasing. Okay, while as we go upside in this series, the reactivity will be increasing. Okay, so this thing will be seen out here in this reactivity series. So let's see the reactivity series here. For our class 10th, this much of element is sufficient in the reactivity series, but more than this elements are also present in our reactivity series. But for class 10th, this much 11 or 12 elements are sufficient for our class 10th course. Okay, so not more than these elements are required here. But to remember these elements, as the most reactive element according to class 10th is potassium, then sodium, then calcium, then magnesium, then aluminium, then comes the carbon, then the zinc, then the iron, then tin, then lead, then hydrogen, then copper, then silver, then gold. Okay, so about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 elements are here. So in order to remember this element in orderly manner, it is very hard sometimes. Okay, because potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, carbon, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, silver, gold. Okay, if it is written in front of you, then you can easily read it. But to keep in your mind, it is very hard. So in order to remember this, we can use this mnemonic. Okay, we can use this mnemonic, which is used to remember this elements series. Okay, so what is this mnemonic here? The mnemonic here is like this: please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. Okay, so by remembering this sentence, you have to remember this sentence, and once or twice you can easily by heart this sentence. What is the sentence is saying? Please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. Okay, as such this sentence does not have any meaning, but it is very helpful for remembering this reactivity series here. Okay, so from the P of the please, potassium is been formed out. Okay, then from the S of the stop, sodium is been formed out. Then from the Ca of the calling, calcium is formed out. Okay, from the M of the me, magnesium is there. Then from the A, aluminium comes. Okay, then from the careless C, you will get carbon here. Then from the zebra Z, you will get zinc here. Then instead I, iron is here. Okay, then tries T, you will get tin here. Then learnings L, you will get lead here. Okay, then H of how, you will get hydrogen here. Okay, then copper. Okay, copper is directly written here, so here copper is there. Then saves, S for silver here. Okay, and then last is gold, which is directly written here. Okay, so you can remember by using this mnemonic, this reactivity series. Please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper saves gold. Okay, and here when I am moving upside here, here in the series, then the reactivity increases. It means that potassium is the most reactive metal. Okay, according to class 10th, I am telling, but cesium, in reality cesium is the most reactive, but according to the class 10th, if I am saying, then it is the potassium which is the most reactive metal in the series, and then the gold is the least reactive metal. Okay, so remembering this reactivity series only, we have to study the displacement reaction. Why this reactivity series is important? Because it will be helpful for you to study the displacement reaction. Okay, so let's start the displacement reaction now. So displacement reaction is also of two types. The displacement reaction will be also of two types. The first is the single displacement reaction. Okay, the first is the single displacement reaction. What is a single displacement reaction? A single displacement reaction is a reaction in which one element replaces a similar element in the compound. Okay, one element is replacing the similar element in the compound. Okay, or in other words, a single displacement reaction or a displacement reaction is a reaction which displaces the sorry, I am writing it here so that it will be easy for you to write down also. Okay, so displacement reactions definition can be given like this: displacement reaction. Okay, so I am writing the displacement reactions definition here. It is the chemical reaction in which the highly or more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its salt aqueous solution. So this is the displacement reaction. Okay, so displacement reactions general formula can be formed out like this. General formula can be formed out like this: A plus BC is there, where A is more reactive metal, while B is less reactive metal. Okay, B is less reactive metal. So what will happen here? As A is more reactive metal and B is less reactive metal, so A will be present higher in the reactivity series, while B will be present lower in the reactivity series. Okay, it means that B will be below A in the reactivity series. Okay, A will be B will be below A in reactivity series. And when this condition occurs, when the B is below A in the reactivity series, then it will displace B in its salt aqueous solution, and this will happen there. It means that the new compound will be formed out here, which will be AC, and B will be replaced out here. Okay, so this type of reactions is known as what? This type of reactions are called as displacement reactions. Okay, displacement reactions. So displacement reaction is clear to now, I think so, that the reaction in which you will see that the elements are being displaced, the more highly reactive elements or more reactive elements are displacing the less reactive elements. For example, here we are taking magnesium is more reactive metal than copper. As you know that magnesium Mg is present higher in the reactivity series than copper. So therefore, when a magnesium is reacted with copper sulfate, copper nitrate here. Okay, when a strip of magnesium metal is dipped in an aqueous solution of copper nitrate, okay, then it replaces the copper in the solution. The product of the reactions are aqueous magnesium nitrate and solid copper metal here. Okay, so here what will happen? Magnesium will displace the copper here from the nitrates salt, and here magnesium nitrate will be formed out and copper will be released out. Okay. Also, many metals react easily with acids, and when they do so, one of the product of the reaction is hydrogen gas. So here also, what is the reason behind this? Because hydrogen is present very lower in the reactivity series, while the most of the metals are present above hydrogen. Only copper and gold and platinum, like these metals, are present below the hydrogen there, but other elements such as zinc, copper and all these things are present above in the reactivity series. So hence, what will happen when any of the metal is reacted with any acid, then there what will happen? The metal will displace the hydrogen there and hydrogen gas will be released out. Okay, so hence this type of reactions are also known as displacement reaction. As only a single metal is only a single element is displaced here, so therefore this type of reactions are also called as single displacement or single replacement reaction. Okay, single replacement reaction also we call them. Let's move further and see the next type of displacement reaction, which is the double displacement reaction. Okay, which is the double displacement reaction. In other words, they are also known as precipitation reaction also. They are also called as precipitation reaction. So let's see what are the precipitation reactions. Precipitation reactions. As I have told you before also, precipitation means when any solid substance after reaction starts to settle down in a solution, then that type of reactions are known as precipitation reaction. Okay, generally the double displacement reactions all are precipitation reactions only. Okay, what happens here? In a double displacement reaction, the positive and the negative ions of two ionic compounds get exchanged with each other. Okay, gets exchanged with each other to form a new compound there. Okay, to form a new compound there. So here the general formula becomes, if I am having two ionic compounds such as AB and DC here, then what will happen in double displacement reaction? Due to double displacement reaction, here AC new compound will be formed and BD new compound will be formed out here. Okay, not BD, it will be DB. Okay, it will be DB found out here. So this AC and DB both are the new compounds which are found out. Okay, now a precipitate forms in double displacement double replacement also. This type of reactions, as the before reaction we were calling it as single replacement. So these type of reactions are also called as double replacement. So a precipitate form in double replacement reaction or double displacement reaction when the cation from one of the reactant combines with the anion from the other reactant to form an insoluble ionic solution. Okay, and this type of reactions are known as precipitate or the precipitate reactions. Okay, when aqueous solution of potassium iodide and lead nitrate, okay, aqueous solution of potassium iodide and lead nitrate are mixed with each other, then what happens there? Here K will replace lead here, and lead will react with the iodide here, and it will form out lead iodide, and here KNO3, potassium nitrate, is formed out. So potassium nitrate is aqueous here, it means it will be solution, but lead iodide, it is a yellow colored solid, and it will readily precipitate in this reaction. Okay, it will readily precipitate in this reaction there, and we will see that a yellowish color solid is been precipitated out here, while the PbNO3, lead nitrate, is a white colored salt. Okay, so this white colored salt is readily converted to this yellow colored precipitate here. You can see this thing in this picture. Okay, so this type of reactions are known as double displacement reaction or precipitation reaction, because the precipitation will be seen here. Okay, and here the displacement is done here is in the form of replacement reaction. Okay, means the cations and anions will replace the two compounds of their reaction. In this reaction, the two compounds will replace their cations and anions. Let's take some questions or some examples here for double displacement reaction. Okay, as say a question is asking there, what happens when zinc is reacted with copper sulfate? Okay, copper sulfate, or other name is blue vitriol. Okay, so what will happen? So here first thing is necessary to find out that where the zinc lies in the copper, above copper or below copper in the reactive series. So what was the mnemonic? The mnemonic was, please stop calling me a careless zebra. Okay, instead, so instead try learning what was there? Try learning, instead try learning one second, I have to see that I have also instead try learning how copper reacts with how copper saves gold. Okay, how copper saves gold. Okay, so I am repeating the question here once more. Sorry, the question was, what happens when zinc reacts with copper sulfate in aqueous solution, or sometime it is also oxidized, it is reacting with blue vitriol. So the blue vitriol is the other name of aqueous solution of copper sulfate. Okay, so here please stop calling me a careless zebra, instead try learning how copper saves okay, silver Ag gold. Okay, gold Ag. So this is the reactivity series. So here you can see that copper is here below and zinc is here upside. Okay, so hence zinc is more reactive here than copper here. So the reaction will be like this: Zn plus CuSO4. So what will happen here? The zinc will displace the copper here, and it will form ZnSO4 plus Cu. So it will be aqueous, and the color, how this thing will be seen out here. This is a blue color solution, and after blue color solution here, the solution will become darker. Okay, the solution will become darker due to the precipitation of copper here. It will become darker, as copper has a reddish type color na? So due to this reason, the color of blue solution will change to darker color. Okay, so this will be the type of reaction here. Next, one more question you can see here. What happens when aluminium is reacted with aqueous solution of KCl, potassium chloride? Okay, what will happen when aluminium is reacted with the aqueous solution of potassium chloride? So please stop calling me a careless zebra. Okay, up till here only, because aluminium we have found out here and potassium also we have found out here. So potassium's symbol is K. It is more reactive here as comparison to the aluminium, because it is present above aluminium in our reactivity series. So therefore the reaction here, it will be like this: aluminium plus KCl. Here no reaction will be taken place. No reaction will be taken place because aluminium cannot displace potassium here from the aqueous solution of KCl. What is the reason behind here? The reason is that aluminium is less reactive than the potassium. Okay, so this type of questions are been asked from this displacement reaction. Okay, also some AgNO3 plus KCl is there. Here the things will change out, because here K will displace AgNO3 from its aqueous solution. Both are in aqueous solution here. So here what will happen? KCl will displace the AgNO3 here, and Ag will combine with the, because what will happen? Ag plus will be released out and NO3 minus will be released out, and here also K plus and Cl minus will be released out. So what will happen? K will react readily with NO3 minus, and Ag plus will react readily with the Cl minus here. So here what will formation will be there? Here AgCl plus KNO3 will be formed out. So this is a different case. This is a double displacement case. Okay, but when the reaction is single displacement reaction, then the reactiveness of the metal is required. Okay, then the reactiveness of the metal is required in order to see the given metal will is more reactive or less reactive than the than the metal present in the solution, salt solution. Okay, so hence this type of questions are been asked out in your from your displacement and double displacement part. Okay, let's move further. The next type of reaction is the oxidation or reduction reaction. Okay, oxidation or reduction reaction. So first, what is oxidation reaction? The chemical reaction. Okay, oxidation reaction is the chemical reaction in which the addition of oxygen atom is taken place. Okay, in which the addition of oxygen atom is taken place to form a compound, and this type of reactions are known as oxidation reaction. So here example is taken out: burning of magnesium, okay, ribbon. So when magnesium ribbon is burned out, there the formation of MgO was taken place. It means that magnesium the compound, for this compound formation oxygen was added there. So this type of reaction is known as the oxidation reaction, where addition of oxygen is taken place. Also, in some places, the definition is given like this. I am giving you one more definition. The chemical reaction where oxygen is added and hydrogen is removed, to form a new compound is called oxidation. Okay, this is also known as oxidation. Okay, for example, NaH. Okay, when NaH is treated with or heated, okay, when it is heated, then it will form Na2O plus H2, so 2. It will be like this. Okay, so this type of reactions are also present out here, where NaH, here what will see, you will see that Na is been reacted, and here formation of what has been formed out here, oxygen is been added here, but you can see that here hydrogen is also been removed na? So in both the cases they represent the oxidation reaction. It is other way that this hydrogen is reacted with oxygen only, so here also oxidation is taken place. So here this type of reactions are also known as oxidation reaction. Okay, next is the reduction reaction, just opposite to that of the oxidation reaction. The chemical reaction in which removal of oxygen takes place and addition of hydrogen is done is called reduction reaction. Okay, this type of reaction is known as reduction reaction. Here we have taken an example of ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH. It is to be reduced. Okay, so for reducing we are taking a reducing agent, acidic K2Cr2O7. okay, so what will happen when we react with it? Here H2O will be released out. Okay, dehydration of alcohol, it is called as dehydration of alcohol. Here water will be released out, and due to this reason what will happen, here you will see that aldehyde is been formed out here. Okay, this is known as ethanol. So this is an aldehyde, and here it was alcohol, ethyl alcohol. This was ethyl alcohol. So here you can see that hydrogen, you can see that 2 hydrogens are been removed out, and oxygen is been also removed out from here. Okay, oxygen is also removed out sorry, not oxygen, only hydrogen is being removed out. So this type of reactions are also known as reduction reaction. Okay, because what happened here, because we have removed out the one second, ethyl alcohol is reduced by reacting it with potassium dichromate acetaldehyde. Okay, yes. So here the hydrogen is been added, not added. One second. This is an example of reduction reaction. Why? Because CH3. Okay, let's move with the reduction reaction again. Okay, so here in reduction reaction, what is the reaction in reduction reaction? The reaction in which hydrogen is added and oxygen is removed. is removed, this type of reactions are reduction reaction. Okay, this type of reactions we called them as reduction reaction. Okay, so in reduction reaction, let's take an example for your CaO. When it is treated with water, then CaOH twice is formed, and here you will see that O is been removed out here. Okay, so O is removed out here, O will be released out here. So this type of reactions, here you can see hydrogen is been added. Before hydrogen was not present, but now hydrogen is present here. So this type of reactions are known as reduction reaction. Okay, these types of reactions are known as reduction reaction. Okay, MgO also, when reacted with water, it will also give the same MgOH twice. It will give MgOH twice. Okay, similarly Na2O plus water, it will give NaOH. Okay, NaOH, it will give NaOH. So this type of reactions are known as reduction reactions. Okay. So this type of reactions today we have studied. Oh, but sorry, the last part of this chapter, not last part, but the last part of the types of reactions I am taking here, which is that redox reaction. Okay, which is the redox reaction. So what does a redox reaction mean? Redox reaction, a chemical reaction in which reduction and oxidation are taken place simultaneously are redox reaction. It means that in a single reaction only you will see the reduction reaction also and oxidation reaction also. Okay, so the examples can be, we can see the example here. So I am giving you some of the example here. The example for the redox reaction can be oxygen's addition and hydrogen's addition. Okay, so for that let's take an example here. CaOH twice plus let me think of one or more reaction here. Okay, so the first reaction I am taking here, MnO2 plus 4HCl. So here the products are MnCl2 plus Cl2 plus 2H2O. So here you can see that from Mn the O has been removed and here Cl2 is been added. So here Mn is undergoing oxidation reduction. Mn is undergoing reduction while hydrogen is been added with oxygen here. So it is undergoing oxidation. So in a single reaction only you will always see a oxidation and a reduction reaction. So this type of reactions are always known as redox reaction. Okay, one more example you can see, ZnO plus C carbon, ZnO plus carbon. Okay, so here zinc plus carbon monoxide will be formed out. So here zinc is undergoing reduction while carbon is undergoing oxidation. Okay, so these types of reaction are commonly seen. This type of reactions are commonly seen, and this type of reactions are known as redox reaction. And it is always necessary that if if a compound is been reduced, then other compound will be naturally naturally what will happening there? There must be a reduction will be there. Okay, there must be oxidation will be there. Okay, so here I am going to discuss something. One more thing I am going to discuss with you is that, as you can see here, ZnO is been reduced due to the presence of carbon here. Okay, so here the carbon is known as reducing agent. Okay, and this Zn will be called as oxidizing agent. Why? Because this ZnO or Zn is helping the formation of CO, which is the oxidation of carbon atom. Okay, so in a redox reaction, the element who is undergoing oxidation, is a reducing agent. Okay, remember this thing. The element who is undergoing oxidation is reducing agent, and the element who is undergoing reduction is a oxidizing agent. Okay, is oxidizing agent. Just opposite to both. Means the element who is undergoing oxidation is reducing agent, and the element who is undergoing the reduction is the oxidizing agent. Okay, similarly here Mn is oxidizing agent. Okay, Mn is your oxidizing agent, while hydrogen is here reducing agent. Okay, hydrogen is reducing agent. So these things are important in your redox reaction. In the next class, I am going to discuss about the most important part of this chapter, the chemical equation balancing. Okay, the chemical equation balancing, out of which one question or two questions is necessarily asked in your paper, in the board exam paper. Okay, so for this class I am ending here only, and we will meet in the next lecture with the chemical balancing. Okay, so thank you for watching this.